An FPV UAV was shot down from a distance of approximately 30 meters by a double shot from Dronaboy barrel-type devices as it approached to attack the fighter's shelter. A scene from combat operations carried out by the crew of a Russian Armed Forces T-90 tank in a military operation zone. A small fire broke out for unknown reasons. Everything is under control. No one was injured.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
A KVN fiber optic FPV drone operator collided with a buggy-style vehicle carrying Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry. In the video, parachutists and motorized riflemen affiliated with the Sever Group appear to be striking enemy forces on supply routes in the Sumy region with FPV UAVs. ATVs stand little chance against FPV drones. The fiber-optic Russian drone quickly located another Ukrainian pickup truck moving at high speed and accelerated to catch up with the vehicle. What happened next unfolded. The two soldiers in the back of the pickup truck were too late to jump out of the vehicle. Jarani visited the Ternivska coal mine in the Dnipropetrovsk region on Sunday evening. The moments of the attack were recorded on video by local residents using their cell phones.
Что у тебя на телефоне? Что у тебя на... Он разбитый. А, да.
Russian UAV reconnaissance operators quickly identified two Ukrainian UAV control centers. After a few precision strikes with fiber optic cable drones, they destroyed the positions. In the Kharkiv region, a 155mm wheeled self-propelled 2S-22 Bodana gun mounted on a Tatra T-8-157 chassis belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed when KVN fiber optic FPV UAVs struck it directly in its firing position. Kharkiv region. Sever fighters destroyed the black robotic platform during an evacuation mission. Then, Sever fighters destroyed the armored infantry vehicle after a long pursuit. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. In the same direction, Sever fighters found the Grad MLRS rocket launcher system on the road and destroyed it with a single strike. In the direction of Konstantinovka, Russian artillery destroyed the temporary staging area of Ukrainian troops.
Выстрел!
Near Petrovka village, The Zala team of the Rubicon Center recorded a shot fired from a Caesar self-propelled artillery weapon belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. Late in the evening, the Lancet Dam ammunition team opened fire on the target. The distance from the firing point was 65 kilometers. Sumy direction. Rubicon Center's Zala calculation recorded the fire of an anti-aircraft gun mounted on a Peugeot P4 vehicle and Ukrainian armed forces personnel. The target was hit by a Lancet complex, distance from the launch point, 81 kilometers. The Russian armed forces struck a Ukrainian armed forces deployment point near the village of Sredny Burluk with Gurani missiles. Footage shows an armored vehicle, pickup trucks, and a building housing soldiers being destroyed. Russian FPV UAVs are destroying the logistics of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Siversk direction. The UAV units of the 3rd Combined Arms Army, part of the South Group, are effectively destroying enemy crossings, crippling the supply and maneuver capabilities of Ukrainian armed forces units. Each successful strike on enemy logistics routes brings the special military operation one step closer to completion. The Russian army is demonstrating its superiority in the use of modern technology on the battlefield. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that FPV UAV crews destroyed a T-72 tank of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kharkiv region. The Russian Defense Ministry has released footage of the FPV drone of Western forces destroying an American M777 howitzer in a special operations zone in the Kharkiv region. The strike group of Ukrainian armed forces was heading towards the Russian state border zone. Realizing the situation, the Russian UAV unit immediately took action. Artillery units and attack drones attacked in succession. The Ukrainian group of ATVs and light vehicles, BMPs and APCs, VKS motorized riflemen were attacked one after another. Infantry hiding in the woods were bombed by drones capable of dropping ammunition. Kupiansk direction. Artillery and FPV drones of the 27th Brigade Guards destroy Ukrainian armed forces positions near Kupiansk. Soldiers under intense attack are leaving the positions. Dnipropetrovsk region. Russian fiber optic drones, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, are destroying equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. The crews of the attacked armored vehicles and pickups are being tracked, and several more attack drones are sent in their direction. During reconnaissance, a Russian attack drone spotted a Ukrainian car without license plates and started flying towards it at high speed. Those inside managed to escape at the last moment, but the car was totaled. Ukrainian armed forces equipment, bunkers, and manpower were detected west of Bakhmut. The Russian Air Force then took action and destroyed the positions, equipment, and manpower. In the Pokrovsky direction, when a UAV of the Russian armed forces tried to intercept the UAV of the Ukrainian armed forces Baba Yaga with a rope, Baba Yaga was unexpectedly attacked and destroyed. The Russian reconnaissance drone unit detected a UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces in the vicinity of Dylayevka. Russian attack drones then mobilized and destroyed the position. Near the village of Nikolaevka, the Russians, using the Orlan 30 UAV, destroyed a building used by infantrymen of the armed forces of Ukraine. The operator of a Russian fiber-optic drone found a group of Ukrainian infantrymen during reconnaissance. The drone quickly flew over the infantry. The drone missed the infantry on the first move. However, it turned back and hit an infantryman. Sumy region. Successful ambush attacks using fiber-optic drones against Ukrainian forces vehicles and infantry. We have recently started seeing these types of ambush videos frequently. Share your thoughts on this tactic in the comments. In the Donetsk direction, UAV operators belonging to the South units destroyed 3 enemy shelters. The Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV Control Center, whose location had been identified, was destroyed after several accurate strikes by Russian drones. The building caught fire and was reduced to ashes. While the Russian FPV drone was waiting on the road for an ambush, a Ukrainian motorcyclist passed in front of it. The drone operator immediately activated the propellers and caught up with the speeding motorcyclist. Hellish Metal Cutter, M134 minigun quad machine gun. In my opinion, the ideal weapon for combating mini UAVs, and not just mini UAVs. Share your thoughts in the comments. Footage of the Russian Duran UAV's direct hit on a target in Ukraine. The second prototype of the B-21 Raider strategic bomber has completed its maiden flight. The first prototype took to the skies on November 10, 2023. The U.S. plans to purchase between 100 and 200 of these bombers to expand its strategic aviation fleet. North of Pokrovsk, a fiber-optic FPV UAV operator is destroying equipment belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. Ukraine's logistics in this direction have been largely destroyed. Calculations from the Molniya-2 aircraft belonging to the Ivanovo parachutists destroyed the control points of the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAVs in the village of Nikolaevka. Russian FPV drones struck the Ukrainian armed forces' supply lines via fiber-optic cables. A month ago, the enemy was surrounded, and the only supply corridor for the Ukrainian armed forces' coastal fortifications was provided by sea and air. A Ukrainian reconnaissance UAV recorded the attack by a Russian Molniya kamikaze UAV on enemy positions in the Pokrovsk region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. This Russian soldier escaped 2 UAVs. Footage of combat involving assault units belonging to the Central Military Group in the direction of Krasnoarmeysk. A fighter from the Eleisk motorized rifle unit was passing through an open area at the edge of the forest when, in the twilight, UAVs swarmed him like mosquitoes. Experience, composure, and quick thinking allowed him to escape the drones and continue on his way. The soldier later reached the main assault unit group.